Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to graph a system of linear inequalities. So in this video, ideally our goal is to find a region of the graph where we can find points that work for both inequalities. So to do that, we're going to graph each inequality and see if there's an area where they overlap. Now let's take a look at this top one. What I want to do first of all is I want to move the x over to the other side. So I'm going to rewrite it as 6y is less than 2x. Next, I'm going to take it to the next step, which is going to be y is less than 1/3 x. Let me clean this y up here a teeny tiny bit for you. Cool. Now this I can graph because this is in slope-intercept form. So I'll start at the origin, and I'm going to go up 1/3. And from there, I can use a ruler, come up with some points. Make sure it all works out. Yeah, like that. Maybe lower it just a little bit there. Cool. Now, since it's less than, it's going to be a dashed line, and not, if it was less than or equal to, I'd be using a solid line. So a little dashed line like that. And we have part of the graph. We'll deal with the shading in a second. Next, let's deal with this other one, which is 6y is greater than 2x plus 4. Let me give myself a little bit of workspace. So we'll clean that up. All right, what I want to do is divide everything by 6 on both sides, so that way I have y is greater than 1/3 x plus 2/3. Now, what I'm getting from this, what I'm seeing already, is that we have a special case. Because let's see, this was y is less than 1/3 x when we were graphing it. And now this one is y is greater than 1/3 x plus 2/3. They have the same slope, and when you have the same slope with the system of equations or inequalities, you run into a infinite number solutions thing or a no solution thing. And so let's see which one we have here. But first, let me go back to red and graph our inequality. So we're going to go to 2/3, excuse me, and go up 1/3. This is where it helps to have a ruler. These lines are really close together. All right, and again, it's going to be dashed. Excuse me, there we go. So we have two parallel lines. Now we have to think, where are we shading them? Well, since this one is greater than, we're shading above. We're shading in this area. That was a horrible arrow. Let me try that again. There we go. And then the blue one is less than, so that means we're shading below it. And so our shading is going to look like that. So let's just actually shade it out. Oops, I wanted to go to the pencil. Shade here. And then shade there. There's no overlap. And since there's no overlap, what we say is there's no solution. So we cannot find an x and a y that will work for both inequalities. That's what it means when we say no solution.